Alright, how we doing everyone? I'm ObscuredGhost. In today's video, I'll be showing every single floor 12 legendary and as well as tier 2 bursts inside of Roblox Swwordburst 2. So if you guys are hyped, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm ObscuredGhost. Let's get started. Alright, so recently floor 12 just dropped and floor 12 is called Sector 235, and in today's video I'll be showing you guys every legendary that there is and every single tier 2 burst. So I'm not going to be covering tier 3 because another YouTuber did do that. His name is ToxicLowFive. I'll leave his video at the in the description below. Make sure you guys do go check it out. And yeah, with further ado, let's get started. Alright, so our first legendary is Vanquished Tunic. It is dropped from the Forgotten Hunter, and it gives a base defense of 171,894, and it gives a total of 9% health and stamina regen, and it is a level 3, and it is a level 285 legendary armor. So here is the front, and here is the back. Alright, so right here we have Crown's Guard Fatigues, or Fatigues, and it is a level 275 armor dropped by Loomian the Devourer, and it gives a total of 151,894 defense and a total of 8% health and stamina regen. So here is the front and here is the back. So let's move on to Exiled Plate Mail. Alright, so here we have Exiled Death Plate. I don't know why I called it Exiled Playmail. It's actually called Exiled Death Plate, but it is a level 285 armor dropped by the Suspended Unborn, and it provides you 171,894 base defense, and it gives a total of 15% health and 5% stamina regen. So here's the front and here's the back, and let's move on to our second to last armor, Infernium. Alright, so here we have our 325 legendary armor, Infernium Lorcam, and it is dropped by the floor 12 boss, who is Atheon, and it provides 315,597 in defense when it's base, and it gives you 21% health and 6% stamina. So yeah, let's move on to our tier 2 burst armor. So up next we have the tier 2 burst armor. Now it is a level 300 armor, except you can't get this from anything. It has to be crafted in the Crystal Forge, and that is located in floor 6. It has a base of 223 462 defense when clean, and to craft it you need 2 Soul Mantle, 6 Falsy Raiment, 2 Dystopian Guardian, 3 Void Cloak, 3 Imperial Scouter, 4 Burst Crystals, and a total of 8 million Vel. And it is a tier 2 burst, and surprisingly Loricum Infernium is better than this. So let's start off with the Forgotten Hunter mini boss, as it has only 3 legendaries. The Vanquished Tunic I showed you, and it can also drop Chronolix. So Chronolix is the shield that is behind me, and it looks like it's from the Cosmos. It is a level 275 legendary shield with 10,250 defense, 2% health regen, and 8% stamina regen. So now that is pretty cool compared to the Grayon, which we will be talking about later. So up next we now have Blood Influence, and Blood's Influence is a 275 longsword with a base of 9,552 and a health of 11%, and it can be dual wielded, and this is personally one of my favorite legendaries, but I don't know about you guys, and it looks pretty cool. Put some red auras on this, and you got yourself a really nice deal. So, yeah, there's that. Alright, so up next we got Zilphus, and it is dropped from the Radioactive Experiment mini boss. It is a level 275 and has a base damage of 9,052 with an 18% stamina regen and a health regen. And here's what it looks like. It is a katana, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, so up next we have Star Cutter, and Star Cutter is also dropped from the Radioactive Experiment, and it is a battle, and it is a axe, and it is a 275 legendary with that has a base damage of 9,052, 5% stamina regen, and 22% health regen. And here is what he looks like. And fun fact, this weapon was actually not added to the game when Floor 12 was released because a contributor I'm not gonna mention forgot to completely add it. So this is being one of the rarest drops at the moment, and you do need this for tier 3 burst. Alright, so up next we have the Witherer Greatsword, and that is gonna be dropped from Loomian the Devourer. It is a 275 Greatsword, has a 16% stamina regen and 6% health regen, and it is 9,052 damage base. And here's what it looks like. So yeah, so up next we have the Armored Kronsguard Fatigues. You guys already saw that, so let's go over to Revoris, which is going to be a 275 rapier, and it is a rapier with 9,052 damage, 15% stamina, and 8% health regen. And here's what it looks like. And you do need this for tier 3 burst. So up next we have our final spear, and that is going to be the Eligma, and it is a 275 spear with a 21% crit and a base damage of 9,052, a stamina regen of 25%, and 8% health regen. Now you do need this for the tier 3 Odyssey recipe, and yeah, so to craft Odyssey, and that's that. Alright, so up next we have our suspended Unborn drops. So we already saw Exile Deathplate, so our first weapon is going to be Augustus. It is a legendary 285 spear, and it does 9,763 damage, and you do need this for Odyssey. You do need this for the tier 3 Odyssey recipe, and it has a 21% crit with a 18% health and stamina regen. And then we go to Reconciler, and Reconciler is a two-handed scythe, and it does 9,763 damage clean, 18% health and 9% stamina regen. And here's what Reconciler looks like. And you do need it for Opposer, which is the tier 3 katana. So after that we have Sasawano. So Sasawano is a legendary katana, and it just has a 24% health regen with a damage of 9,763 clean. And here's what Sasawano looks like. Now personally, this is one of my favorite katanas. Throw a Shadow Flame Aura on it, and you got yourself a really nice set. And then after that we have Perception. Now Perception, unfortunately I have a maxed one, but clean, it does the 9,763 damage, and it does 24% health regen, and it does 9,526 damage maxed. And you do need this for tier 3 recipe, the rapier recipe. I forgot what its name is, but right after that you also have Falchion. Now Falchion can actually drop from two places. It can drop from the suspended Unborn, and it can drop from the Warlord, which we will talk about next. And then this is Falchion. It is a rapier 285, and it gives 12% health and stamina regen. And here's what it looks like. Now you don't need this one for you do not need this one for tier 3, but there's that. So and then finally we have the Sword Storm Chain. Now there was a bug on the first day where you could get it, but unfortunately, as you can see, I don't have it. However, I did get the bug, so here is what the skill looks like. And it is a 0.25% chance. So let's go on to Warlord. Alright, so up next we have our Warlord drops, and in our Warlord drops we have a couple. We have a few for you. So first off we have Flameur. Now this is technically a secret drop because hardly any people has dropped this. But I say it's the coolest weapon in game by far, and it is a level 275. It does 9,052 damage clean, gives 8% health and 4% stamina, and here is what it looks like. And honestly, this should be an Atheon drop because it looks so good. So up next we have Superior, which is Superior you do actually need for tier 3 burst. Now Warlord is actually holding Superior as a two-hand sword, but it's actually dual. And fun fact, this was actually made with designed around Hell River and Life's Limit thrown together, different colors, and yeah, pretty cool. It is a 285 legendary, has 6% health and 6% stamina, and you do need it for tier 3, which I believe is Omen, but I could be wrong. And then up next we have Aotashi, which is a katana level. Aotashi is a level 275 katana, and fun fact, no one has ever discovered this legendary for like a week afterwards, and the legendary doesn't look good. It looks more like it should be a common, but anyways, Aotashi is a katana at 285, does 9,763 damage with 11% stamina and 11% health, and you do not need it for burst. So up next we have Falchion. Falchion I already showed you from the Unborn, and then up next we have Gaibog. Now I'm gonna pronounce it different because I cannot say the name on YouTube, but it's Gaibog, and it is a spear. It is a 285 spear, and it does 27% health and 9% stamina regen. And fun fact, this weapon was originally supposed to be in game. However, one of the developers, I'm not gonna mention who, forgot to kind of misspelled it. So this spear hasn't been in game for the longest time, and there's that. So anyways, let's go ahead and do what you all were waiting for, and that is going to be Atheon. Alright, so here we have Atheon, but yeah, so here we have Atheon. So Atheon has several legends towards end game, but I'll go over those legends, however, they will all be maxed. Some will not, but I'll show you what the max damage does on Atheon. So first off, we have Gungnir. Now, let me take the aura off. Alright, so this is Gungnir. Now, Gungnir is a level 325 spear, and it does a total damage of 31,242 when maxed, and a total of 15k when clean, and it also has a 35% health regen and a 10% stamina regen, and honestly it's very useful. The hitbox on it sucks, but the crit on it is so good. So up next we have Rapture. So now Rapture is a longsword, however it's actually a dagger, and it does 31,242 damage, health and stamina regen at both 10%, and it looks really cool. Fun fact, Atheon is also holding this sword, as well as Judgment, which we will go over right now. So Judgment is a legendary katana, and here's Judgment, and it does 31,242 damage with 20% health regen and 10% stamina. And then Atheon is also holding this weapon as well. Now I'm doing this showcase in Atheon just to show you how good these weapons are. And now up next we got Exodus, which Exodus is a two-handed sword from Atheon. However, it may not look like an Atheon drop, but it is. Its clean is 15,621 with 31,242 damage maxed, and it has 25% regen on stamina and 5% health regen, and it actually gives off a glow. Fun fact, when Floor 12 first came out, Exodus was actually dropped by the bats at a 2% chance. So Exodus is the lowest ML rate for trading. So right after that we got Leviathan, and Leviathan is a rapier, and it is actually one of the longest rapiers in the game. And Leviathan, it is a rapier of 15,621 damage, 325, and it gives 25% health regen and 5% stamina. So basically opposite of Exodus, and it is very cool. So next we got Infernium, and I already showed you guys Infernium, but if you want to see it again, here are the stats: 21% health regen and 6% stamina regen. And now we got one more, and that is gonna be the Gurion, or however you say it. And the Gurion is this shield right here. It is a boss shield. It is a level 325 with 12,500 defense, 6% health, and 4% stamina. Now this is the best legendary shield in the game, and it is actually pretty easy to get at Atheon. So with that being said, let's move on to the tier 2 bursts. And just so you know, these legendaries I am showing you are better than the tier 2 bursts. So let's go ahead and show you. So right here we have the Galactic Demolisher. Now the Galactic Demolisher is the first tier 2 burst we will be talking about. And to craft it, you will need 2 burst crystals, 2 Stinger XEVIs, which are the rare weapons, And then you also need 3 blood renders, 1 solstice, 1 virulence, and 6 million vel. But for both of them, you need a total of pretty much multiply everything I just said by 2. And it does, and it gives you 30% stamina and 30% health when it is crafted, and it is a level 300 burst. So up next we have Dark Null, and Dark Null is a greatsword. Now, the Dark Null is crafted from 2 burst crystals, 1 digitalizer, 3 photon claymore, 1 spectral lineage, 2 rejuvenator, and 6 million vel. Now you don't need to make duplicates of this because it's a 2-hand, not a 1-hand. But here's what it looks like, and this is actually the highest weapon in the game to have the highest health regen of 80%. So yeah, it does. It is a level 300. And up next we have, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it is the Soul Render copy. I'll just say it that, but it is pronounced like Amino Habakiri, however you say it, I don't know. And it is gonna be this katana right here. Now, this is katana, as you can see, it has very close resemblance to Soul Render, and for this katana, all you will need are 2 burst crystals, 2 Kainto, 1 Kunari, 1 World Slayer, and 3 Ring Blade. And this is actually by far the coolest katana in the game. And it gives a total of 50% health and 30% stamina regen, which is pretty cool. And then this looks really good with different auras, especially Thunderstorm or Digitalize. So up next we got Ancient Storm, which is gonna be our rapier. Oh wait, Ancient Storm is our rapier, and this gives you 9,958 damage, base damage, and 80% stamina regen. And here's what it looks like. Now it looks pretty dope. Looks like it would be a Halloween legend, but for 80% stamina regen, you're picking up a good deal. So up next we got Puenema, and Puenema is the spear. Now Puenema is actually the second easiest burst to craft out of all the tier 2s. The first being the armor and the third being the katana. And with Puenema, it is a spear. You do need 2 villainous tridents from the elite scabs, 1 dreadnought, 1 technicality, and 2 distinguishers. And you also do need 6 million vel to craft it and stuff. And for the bursts damage, and this is for every single burst weapon, at plus 25, it'll give 24,895 damage. And if you ask me, that's a pretty good deal for a 6k upgrade from the first legends I showed you. So up next we have the armor, and that's gonna be the Phasmatic Cyber Suit. And I already showed you this, but here's the stats when it is maxed out. And if you ask me, if you don't have an armor and you're still wearing, like, let's say negative or dystopian, definitely craft this one, because you'll be needing it. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and show you some footage of Atheon with the best legends. And yeah. Oh yeah, and then I also did forget one more thing. I forgot to show you all the Meteor Shot, which is dropped from Atheon. So here is Meteor Shot. Meteor Shot is dropped from Atheon. Now, I don't know why it's broken in Atheon servers, but it is. So But you can get this drop from Atheon, and yeah, pretty cool. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and show you some gameplay footage of some legends, and yeah, see you all after the footage. So yeah guys, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm ObscuredGhost, and don't forget to tell me what legend was your favorite, or burst if you have one. And anyways, I'll be looking forward to seeing when the next floor drops, if it ever does. So yeah, peace out everyone, and goodbye.